Okay, I was at the lake all day yesterday, so I haven't said anything, and I'm fixing to be going back there. But I did want to confirm, definitely, I do think it's child abuse to have these over their faces. They're outside. They should be breathing in fresh air. It is, I don't know. It's kind of like this. Uh, I've got to prove compliancy, throwaway logic, do whatever the government says. Makes no sense. Or these people are just, really don't understand body mechanism or mechanics of the body and how it works and how you have to breathe and all that stuff. I don't know. There was definitely yesterday, there was a lot of kids there, but there was only a couple that had on these things. But there was some old people walking. They're out to get, some fresh air and exercise. And they got these nasty ass things on there. It's like, okay, well, I guess you get a lung infection instead of fresh air, but I don't know. It's a shame to see so much stupidity. Swear to God. But and the other thing I wanted to say is that so yesterday I was totally had this, I don't know, it was like an epiphany kind of moment. And I had felt kind of stuck in my growth a little bit, like I was kind of stagnant. Like you're sitting there going, okay, what more could there be? I've done everything you've asked. And then I had this thing happen. And so to me, it's kind of like, okay, so if you take my younger self, my you know, young girl self trying to escape my horrible family life and, go off and get married at a young age and stuff. And then to a horrible person and find out I'm pregnant. And then to me, it was like, oh, I'm getting this gift from God. I'm going to finally have somebody who is there for me, somebody who's in my corner. I've got, my own team I'm building. And, so I had that child. And so, went on and ended up having 4 kids. But the whole thing is I think, in your head, I don't know, if you've got issues that you're holding on to, I think they call it like, what's that called? I keep wanting to say small child, baby child. I don't know, that child thing they say. If you've got issues from your childhood that you need to heal. I can't remember what they call it. So anyways, I think that it kind of, you feel like you have this expectation of what your kids are going to be to you. You think, that they are part of you. They're going to be like on your team. They're going to be your supporters, And it kind of gives you this unrealistic expectation that these people are born for you to make you feel better. And it's not like that. They are born for them. As a matter of fact, if you have too much that you want from them, it will only irritate them. But so, I had to go through a lot of growth to try and release myself from, like, these people are their own people. Just because, they don't like you doesn't mean anything. They don't have to like you. They're their own people. They have their own things they look at. They don't see things the way you see them. So, and, just because they are of your blood doesn't mean they're necessarily going to agree with everything that you think or say or believe or anything. So, when I've been letting go of that, it's been kind of a process, but when I've been letting go of that, then, it's kind of releasing, but you also are releasing their expectation because they have a lot of expectation on you. And, it can be draining, especially if you're not meeting their expectations and they blame you for it. So there gets all these complicated things in relationships. But when it, really breaks down to me, I was thinking about, I had an unhealthy expectation. I thought my kids were, like my team. I thought I always had them on my side and stuff. And it's been, a lot to come to terms with. No, you're on your own. You're on your own in this life. You're asking too much if you think you're going to have somebody who's on your side. So I don't want to go too deep into that because I'll start crying. But anyway, so, to release unhealthy expectations, and, it feels good. It feels sad, and it feels like you have to face yourself. And it also feels good because one thing I had noticed was, the more I spoke out, the more that they would turn against me and not speak to me and stuff like that. The more they couldn't, it's like they don't really want to get to know you. They don't really want to know you. They have their idea of you, and that's good enough. And, gotta release it, it's good enough. So, then, but, the more that they would pull, the more it freed me to just be more of me. Because if I was still under this kind of grips of like trying to please them and stuff, I would have never done this. I sure the fuck wouldn't have ever spoke out about anything, because that was, not good in my family. You need to go along with that, in my head, I see, all of I don't know, they all like kind of what I think about of like communists in Russia back in the 70s or something when they're waiting in these food lines and shit, picture all the, these people just being compliant, doing what the government says and, believing that things will get better if they just do what they're told. I didn't never realize my family was so much like that, would wait in the line. I think I'm much more of a like, I'm not waiting in this line. I'm going to go somewhere else because I think that there's probably another way of doing stuff. I don't want to follow this way because it doesn't seem like it's good. I think that's more of an explorer kind of mentality. Like there's just something better on the other side. I gotta go. And, but I think every family needs one of those people, so maybe we are the weirdos, whatever. But, it has freed me up so much more to be able to speak out. And, when you speak out and you speak your truth, it just feels good. It doesn't matter how loony you come across to people. It just feels good. It just feels like authentic and truthful and real, And so today, when I go down to the lake, I was going to do a little video just to show, how pretty it is. And I'll post that too. But I'm going to leave next week. This is fucking huge. This is huge. It's like giving me a panic attack. It's very like, oh my God, can I do this? Can I do it? Oh, I don't know. And just the planning is so, for a brain injury, things are a lot easier for brain injury if it's just simply laid out. When I've got to go and try and pick the parts and find the parts and put them together and look up reviews and all this stuff, it's like, oh, my brain, it's on fire. So, but I've been doing it. And I've been planning this trip. So next week I'm going to leave and I'm going to do the coast. And I'm all the way up here at the top. So I'm not going to start at Port Angeles. I'm going to do that bit later. I know I've done that drive before. But so I'm going to go out towards Seattle. And then I'm going to hit the coastal highway. And I'm going to do it going down. I'm not going to go. I was thinking I would go all the way down to St. Louis San Luis Obispo. But then when it got to San Francisco, when I was looking at the thing, I was like, all those interchanges and you got to get over this road and that road. I was like, so much. And I was like, fuck, that's way too much. Especially, like if I could do that and no one was around me. But when you're doing it, And these people are used to doing it, and they're driving like 85 miles an hour, and you have no fucking clue, and you're trying to watch all these different things. No way. That's way too much for brain injury. I was even thinking, because I'm going to go down the coastal highway, so I'm going to stop and I'm going to take pictures and little videos to show how pretty this is. And only I'm going to stop over at, what was it called? Crescent City. And then I'm going to cross across and go to Mount Shasta. So for Mount Shasta, I was thinking I would come back up the 5. You got to kind of go through Portland. I think the 5 goes right through Portland. And, you know, I don't know. There could be a lot of bad stuff going on there. And, you know, I still don't know about that traffic on the 5, because you got to go all the way through Oregon and through Washington back up to Seattle if I come home that way. And I think it would probably be pretty, like Everett. I think it was called Everett. There's some really pretty places. Oregon is so pretty, so pretty. But so I might do that. It just depends, you know. If I'm really frazzled and I might have been driving so much that I'm just like, hell yeah, I can take on some traffic. But I mean, I live rural. I don't deal with traffic at all. And and doing the coastal highway, I think it's just like I don't know. When you look at the map, fuck, it looks scary. I mean, guys, it has like the road going, and then there's land, but then there's no land but the road. So it's just these long bridges all over. I won't be able to stop on these bridges, I don't think, and take pictures. But that shit scares out of me, because I've got a horrible thing with heights. So the looking down. And then the other thing is I love to take in the sights. And when you're driving yourself, you're so limited when you want to see it. So I may come back that same way. But anyways, I'm going to do some videos so y'all can see, you know, whoever ends up watching this stuff can see what it looks like up here and how pretty it is. So, okay, today I'll do some videos at the lake and give you an update how many people are out there who are not using this thing. And I will talk to you later. Bye.